Okay. So I appreciate all of you jumping on tonight. We had a really amazing week at convention, and we cannot wait to share with you some of the things we learned and brought home. So I'm going to pray really quick, and then we're going to jump right into it. So pray with me, please. Lord, right now, I praise you for this team, God. I praise you for these women that are here tonight to invest in themselves and invest in their business, God. I pray that you give me and Mom and Jenny the words that we need to enrich their lives and enrich their business tonight, God. Just pour into us, open our hearts and our minds, and help this be a great call together. In your name I pray. Amen. Okay, so I'm going to go first, and then Mom, and then Jenny. We're going to talk to you a little bit about what it meant to us and what was our big takeaway from convention. So I've got lots of notes here. If you're watching, you're going to see me looking back and forth. So for me personally, and I know Jenny too, if you ever wonder, taking your kids to convention is not easy. I think I thought, oh, this is going to be a fun little getaway, and we'll throw some Plexus in, and it was more like, fly your kids across the country and tear yourself between your family and your business and try to figure out where your priorities are. So I cried while I was there because I was not sure where to put my priorities, but Mom and Jenny are my rocks, and they reassured me that God was going to bless me for putting my family first, and it all worked out just fine. So while it was amazing, it was very trying. Not to mention we were on a 3-hour time change, and everybody was trying to get reoriented to when do we eat and when do we sleep, and it was a lot of fun. So for me, in general, being with 12,000 people that believe the same things that I do and want the same things as I do was enough. When we got there in that huge arena and saw all those people, and they started our convention with the Dream On song, me and Jenny were like bawling our eyes out. We were fine. We could have left right after that. So it was really, really cool to just be in a room with that many people that want what we want. For me, I think the most encouraging thing was hearing stories from people that have succeeded. So just knowing that, well, I ran into Amber Miller, which if any of you know me, know that I just about worship the girl. And we ran into her, and she was so human, so nice. She asked our names and wanted to know what rank we were, and she was just normal. And these people, they're successful, but they're just human. And I love that. I love that there's nothing really special about them. They've just found a way and made this work for them. And that meant so much to me. So my biggest takeaway was from a Sapphire ambassador named Dusty Duncan. And she's a cowgirl from Arizona. She was an only child. She's an introvert. She's shy, reserved. She tried Plexus because her friend was doing it, and she was just being nice. And come to find out, it helped resolve some of her health issues. She felt amazing, and her kids even told her that they could tell that she felt better and that she was, doing something right. So I may get emotional. Something that her husband finally told her when she ranked up this last time is that you've become the woman I always knew that you could be. And so Dusty said, what if this helps you become the person that you were always meant to be? And more than that, what if it gives you the opportunity to help someone else become all they're meant to be? So for me, of course, I want to be all that God has planned for my life and everything fulfilled that he expects for me and from me. But if I could do that for somebody else, my goodness, like I hope that one of you that I've done that for you, So that was my biggest takeaway. It touched me the most. And so I wanted to share that with you guys. So next, let's go to Mom. What did it mean to you to be there, and what were your biggest takeaways?
Okay, well, my biggest takeaways were, of course, I got to go on the stage. It was a really, really big deal. And they make you feel like, even though there's 12,000 people, that you really are very important amongst that crowd. And I was very emotional about that. And after that is when we saw Amber Miller. And this is a picture of me. Oh, it's hard to see. Me and Amber Miller. But she was so excited that I had been on stage. So she wanted her picture with me because I had been on stage. That was just really cool to me. And she's wearing one of the hats I make. So that was awesome. That was a really good takeaway. But as far as what I learned, I think I heard from 3 different Mary Kay people, which I had been a Mary Kay before, and they are at the top already of Plexus. So it was cool to me to see that they also saw a better business, a better way, and switched to Plexus like I did, and that it's much more attainable and faster for me to get to the top in Plexus than it was Mary Kay. Even though I did great in Mary Kay, this is easier and a lot funner to me. But the thing I learned in the class is that this success kit has everything in it we need to be successful. And if you haven't read the success kit, let me just say, I just opened one today again to look at it again. Y'all, this little paper, the quick start guide, has the first 10 steps that we all need to do. If you have not read the success kit, that is going to be your assignment tonight, to get out your success box and go through the pieces, because we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We just need to do what they give us to do. It works. And a lot of it is very basic stuff. So we need to do what's in the success kit. So that was my biggest takeaway. Is that all I'm supposed to do right now? Okay.
Okay, I'm next, right? Okay, so my biggest takeaway was there was a lady named Jessica Heffley. If you don't know who she is, she's Diamond with Plexus. Look her up. She's hysterical. I actually just shared one of her videos today. She cracks me up. But anyway, they asked her to speak when they recognized all the diamonds. And my favorite quote that she said was, "In no other business in the world can an introvert make more than a brain surgeon on her iPad from her yoga pants." And I'm like, that is the truth. Like, we have such an opportunity with this, and a ridiculous opportunity when you really think about it, that it doesn't matter what your education background is. It doesn't matter where you live, where you're from. If you were homeschooled, if you have a million friends on Facebook, it doesn't matter. Like, we all can join for $34.95 and have a business that makes us $500,000 a year. Like, that's pretty unbelievable. It really is if you stop and think about it. So that spoke to me so much and just made me realize, like, we need to just be so grateful for this opportunity, and we need to want to share it with everybody, because everybody has that opportunity to make life-changing money. And I guess our products are wonderful, and I don't want to make it sound like it's all about money. Our products are wonderful. They've changed so many of my family members' lives, and that's a blessing enough. But just this business opportunity, to have this, to be able to stay with your kids, to be able to work from anywhere, to have freedom with your family, it's pretty crazy. Like, we can do this in our yoga pants and make crazy money. So that was my biggest takeaway. We need to take this opportunity and run with it, because it's pretty unbelievable.
Absolutely. Okay, so next we're going to talk about some new information for you guys. So we're going to talk about Edge, we're going to talk about Block, and then we're going to talk about the Consistency Club and Leaders Retreat. So Jenny, I'm going to let you go first, and you can talk about Edge.
Okay. All right. So Edge. Okay, I did look up a couple of the ingredients in it. Well, there's only 3 ingredients, but I looked up 2 of the ingredients, because obviously we all know what caffeine is. To get a little bit more information aside from just what Plexus says, because I do that with pretty much everything. I'm just like because I'm like the Google queen or something. But anyway, I did do a little bit of research outside what they gave us. But I'm just going to go through and talk about each ingredient first and the uses of it and that kind of thing. But first, I want to tell y'all some statistics they told us at convention, which I thought were interesting. They said research shows that 85% of Americans wake up feeling tired. And that was so many before Plexus. Like, I never woke up feeling rested. So I thought that was interesting, that 85% of Americans feel that way. 53% of adults say they feel sluggish all day long. And 1/3 of adults say they don't have enough energy to perform daily tasks. 1 out of 3 people doesn't feel like they have enough energy to perform daily tasks. That's crazy to me. Okay, so there's 3 ingredients other than, like, what makes the capsule and not fillers, I shouldn't use that word, that's not a good word, but you know what I'm saying. Other than just inactive ingredients, there's 3 active ingredients. And it's teocrine, I hope I said these right, L-theanine, I think is how you say that one, and then natural caffeine. Okay, so the first one, which is teocrine, comes from kucha tea leaves. That one is the one I think that really makes Edge different from coffee or energy drinks or any of the other things. And this was one that I looked up separately and found a couple really interesting things. Well, first of all, it's not habit forming, unlike caffeine, which is what makes it not habit forming. So, and it also doesn't cause jitters. But the other thing that was a lot different about it than caffeine, this was actually something, like I said, that I found on a separate website about supplements, not a Plexus website, but that it doesn't affect your blood pressure like caffeine does. It is kind of a stimulant to the nervous system in that it wakes us up and makes us more focused, but it doesn't affect your blood pressure. And it's actually been found to lessen pain and swelling, which I thought was really interesting. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing. Most people that take it say that it increases their motivation to exercise, and the best part is that it doesn't disrupt sleep. So that's one of the great things about Edge, is that people won't find that it's making it where they can't fall asleep at night. Okay, and then the second ingredient is the L-theanine. That's an amino acid found in green tea. It reduces the jitters from the caffeine. So it's basically in there to counteract the caffeine in Edge, and that's why you won't find the jitters. And I haven't had caffeine or coffee in a very long time, and I've taken Edge twice already. I just started a couple days ago, so I've taken it twice, but I didn't feel anything like jitter-wise. I mean, I just didn't notice. It wasn't like I took it 30 minutes later, all of a sudden I felt weird. I think that's what they mean by natural sustained energy. It's not like drinking a cup of coffee and all of a sudden you feel like you're bouncing off the walls. It's very mild, I guess, is what I'm saying. So to me, that's a good thing. I don't want to feel a sudden rush of energy. To me, that feels weird, and that's why I don't drink energy drinks for that reason. And then let's see. Oh, also I found online that L-theanine can be used to treat high blood pressure. So I thought that was really cool. So they have said on their frequently asked questions that Edge is safe for all adults. There's no risk category. So this is a really good product for somebody with high blood pressure, because we don't have to worry about, like with Accelerator or Boost, having a concern there. And then obviously the third ingredient is natural caffeine that comes from, I didn't write it down, but I'm pretty sure it's just coffee, right? Coffee bean, I think, Tiffany, isn't that what they said? Yeah, I think so. So anyways, Edge is GMO-free, gluten-free, vegan, and vegetarian friendly, and it's safe for long-term use. It has about the same amount of caffeine as a cup of coffee, 90 milligrams in one capsule. It also said that 1 capsule a day is the standard dosage, but if people really want to, they can take up to 2. So I guess that'll just vary by person. And comparing it to energy drinks, because obviously that's going to be one of our main markets, is people that use energy drinks regularly. Just cost-wise, 1 capsule is 36% less expensive than an energy drink. And most people that drink energy drinks honestly drink more than 1 a day. People that are really hooked on them and use them regularly, most people drink more than 1 a day. But that's just comparing to 1. So like say they have 1 Monster a day, they're actually going to save 36% just by switching to 1 capsule a day of Edge. And that's using it daily, using a capsule every day. So, I mean, that's a pretty big savings, just, doing that one thing. And then the other thing is that obviously you're not going to get the calories that you would from drinking a coffee or a Monster or whatever energy drink you choose. There's no sugar or sodium in Edge, so you're not having to deal with that issue either. Okay, and then one thing they did address that I thought was interesting was at convention was why this versus Boost or Accelerator, because some people that have been taking Accelerator maybe for energy also are going to, I'm sure, have that question. And one of the things they talked about was that Accelerator is uh-oh. Did you lose him?
Okay.
Can you still hear me? You can hear me now? Okay. I don't know where I was. Oh, the difference between Accelerator and Boost versus Edge is that Edge is really just for focus, concentration, and energy, but not for the weight management part of it. So it can be considered as maintaining that. You can take Edge and Accelerator or Edge and Boost. Obviously, you can't take Boost and Accelerator together. I think everybody probably is aware of that. But that's the main difference between it, is that this would be a better product for somebody who's needing increased focus or concentration, or someone who doesn't feel motivated to make good choices as far as exercise goes, and someone who needs energy but doesn't necessarily need the weight loss. So that's kind of why you would choose Edge over one of the other choices. And I think that's all I had about Edge. I probably talked a lot.
No, that was good, Jenny. All right, Mom, your turn.
Okay. I will say that about Edge, that I have been on Edge for 5 days. and I take a lot of things. I take the triplex, I take the accelerator, I take the edge, I take the X Factor and the Mega X. I'm all in. And the shakes. And the shakes you drink. I don't have any shakes. But I don't feel any jitters. I think I talk a little faster maybe than I did before.
Well, I don't need that.
I'm telling myself to slow down so people can understand me because I talk fast and I walk fast. I don't drive fast. But anyway, I don't want to act like a crazy person. So I just want y'all to know it doesn't make you act crazy. But they did have these cute little brochures that you'll be able to get. And this is the one on Edge. And I think it's available like online. You can send it to people in those shareables on our back office. So I just wanted to throw that in. But the block one, let me fold it back up. This is what I'm going to teach you from because this is the most information that I know about. The block one opens this way, and it's full of information. So what I wanted to tell you about, I want to take this product too, but I didn't start at the same time as I did the new Edge because I wasn't sure what they might be doing if I took it at the same time. So I got it at convention, but I didn't take it yet. So its job, we all know this, its job is to block the absorption of carbs and sugars. And it will do it up to 48%. What I do know is that if people are diabetic, this is good for them because blocking those things that turn to sugar for them is a good thing. I have a girl, Kim Olson, who's on an insulin pump, and she takes block, and it still helps her more keep her blood levels the same all day. So it's not just for people who want to eat bad, and we need to remember that. We're not promoting eat bad and take block. You know, they should be eating right anyway, but we know people don't. So this is an alternative when you might know you're going to have the wrong things or do it on purpose and take a block. So the 3 ingredients of this one are brown seaweed blend, white kidney bean, and Chromax chromium picolinate. Now, I didn't do as good as Jenny and research each one of those, but you can do that. That could be homework too. But what it says is that the brown seaweed targets 2 enzymes that are responsible for breaking down the carbs and sugars. Tiffany and I were just asked this at church the other day. What is it that really breaks them down? And it's these 2 enzymes, alpha amylase and alpha glucosidase. They are inhibited in their ability to convert the carbs and sugars into glucose. So that's their job, and they are part of the brown seaweed blend. So I thought that was good to know because people are going to ask you, how does it do the job? Jenny has.
I have to add something because I didn't realize that until you just read them out loud, but I work in the dental profession, so I recognize that term amylase, and that is the enzyme in our saliva that breaks down carbohydrates also. So that's really interesting to me to hear that because I didn't even realize because I haven't looked at the label.
I think that they're both digestive enzymes.
Yeah, so that's really cool to me that that's the case.
Okay, and so the difference in the new block and the old block is you don't have to wait 30 minutes to take it before a meal. You just take it and eat, which I think is really good because if I had to remember to wait, I would have trouble. So that's good for everybody that wants to use block. So it helps control carbs and sugars, reduces the glycemic index of your carbs and sugars, helps manage your weight when combined with healthy eating and exercise, and helps maintain blood sugar levels already that are in your normal range. So it's good for people whether they have blood sugar issues or not. And we know everybody has a little bit because of how we don't take care of our bodies. So works to maintain our normal blood sugars and helps improve the metabolism of your glucose in your body. So it's really interesting, this brochure. You may want to order some, but right here on the back, it shows some things that people eat and tells exactly how many carbs and sugars are in them, like a cup of granola, a low-fat yogurt with fruit, and a bran muffin. And so when people are really interested in studying their numbers, they'll see how much is in stuff. You don't really realize it unless you're logging it into a Fitbit or something. you don't know, to an app where you log your food, you won't know how much you're eating, and most of us are eating too many. So it just helps you make better choices, as most things. And it's a good brochure. Like if you have people that like detailed information, the brochures are good for that, because we can't necessarily remember everything about every single product, but you need to know a few tidbits about all the products. And so I'll let y'all know if I do this one. Add it to my regimen every day. So that's all we have about block.
I'm freaking out right now because I just got a notification on here that says we have 10 minutes or it's going to kick us off because I have to upgrade. I thought we had a full hour, and evidently we don't. So
me and Brittany are familiar with that because the same thing happened to us last time.
I'm going to talk really quick. So I'm going to skip some things. So what we'll talk about again later is going to be Consistency Club and Leaders Retreat. Both are going to be really great opportunities for us. Consistency Club is going to be it's going to be a month-to-month thing, and we're going to have it in our back office early July, and it's going to help you manage your PV customers and new customers. And the results of it, there'll be recognition for the club that you're in, 300 or 500 club. So that's that really quick. And then Leaders Retreat is in October. You can earn your way there by adding new customers and new ambassadors, and you can look at all the points breakdown. You got emails about all of that. But those are two really big things that are super important that I'm going to skip over because the rest is more important than that. Okay. So because I'm Ruby, I got to go to a breakout session for Rubies and Senior Rubies, and I got to listen to Melissa Eichenhorst, Chris McCall, Helen McFadden, Kristen Abart, and Kelly Norman. Ridiculous. I was like on the edge of my seat. Not to mention on Tuesday at Winter's Dinner, we ate dinner with Chris McCall. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but we sat down, and then they sat down, and me and Ashley and Liz were like about to pee our pants. So anyways, super exciting. So these are a few tidbits of things they said. I have so many pages of notes that I could, talk for hours. But team culture is so valuable. So if you have one member on your team or 20 members on your team, the way that you carry yourself and the culture that you manage on your team is super valuable. And she challenged us to take the pulse of our team. So that's something that I've been doing since then. And so I have a lot in the works for you guys. Your title makes you a leader. Make sure your mindset matches that. You are a leader because you're selling something and you have something to share with others. Your expectations for yourself should be higher than what you set for your team. So if you're asking your team to reach out to 2 or 3 people every single day, you should be doing at least that. People find the leader and then the dream. They buy into you first. So all those people that were your friends first on Facebook before you ever took anything from Plexus, they already believe in you. They're going to come and talk to you about Plexus because they believe in the person that you are. I love that because, Plexus is Plexus. We love it, and it's not going to change, but they know you, and who you are matters. She talked about diamonds, and she said their happiness and joy isn't because they're at the top. It's why they're at the top. All these people that we met and ran into that were just nice and bubbly, they were that way before they were millionaires, and I love that. Kristen Abart talked about what she tells every single new person. These are the 2 things she says. Sign up as many people as you can and go for influential people. So look around you. Who do you work with that has more friends than everyone else? Who do you work with that is at the top of their business already? Those are the people you want on their team. And Chris McCall, sitting at dinner with him, he said, do you want to know the difference in everybody else and us? He said, when you go to the doctor, you talk to the nurse and the lab tech. And when I go to the doctor, I talk to the physician. That was like a slap in my face because, of course, I'm not going to talk to the doctor who I think is making enough money as it is. But those are the people that are influential and need Plexus already. So that's really, really cool. Kristen Abart said this year, those who talk to the most people will win. So 4 years ago, we had 250 people at convention. This year, we had 12,000. You guys, the rate of multiplication here is insane. If you don't talk to these people, someone else will. And that scares me to death because I want all of them before all of you get them. If you're just doing what's natural, you're functioning at 25%. If you're only doing what's natural, you're functioning at 25%. That was a little bit of a sting for me because natural for me is sitting at home and not talking to anyone, just so you know. Then the last lady, Kelly Norman, she was like motivational speaker is what it felt like. I had to leave a little bit early because of the baby from this, but a few things that she said that really touched me are, you are enough. You have a gift. You need to know your strengths and look at your weaknesses as non-dominant traits. Don't focus on your weaknesses and celebrate your thinking. Celebrate the way you are, the way God made you. There is no expiration date on your purpose and potential. So you have, unlimited time and resources to do this, and it is up to you to make it what you want to make it. So one thing that they challenged us to do is vision casting. As a leader, they said, you're Ruby, you should have a vision for your team. And I was like, what the heck is vision casting? So I came home and Googled vision casting. You should all do it. And everything that comes up is spiritual, which I loved. It's all preachers talking about vision casting. So vision propels us to move where God is taking us. If you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every single time. I want all of you to look up, I'm not going to read it to you. I want you to look up Nehemiah 1:11. So write that down, Nehemiah 1:11. I see Brittany writing. Jenny, are you writing? She's got a pen. Okay. Nehemiah 1:11. Vision casting is communicating our vision. It determines action and outcome. So Habakkuk 2:2, I am going to read this one to you guys. It says, write the vision down and make it plain so they can read it and run with it. How cool is that? It's in the freaking Bible. Write the vision down and make it plain so they can read it and run with it. So it said, make it 1 to 3 sentences, write it everywhere, write it at your house, write it on your team page, write it at your church, whatever you're doing this for, write it down. So create structure and make it happen. So for me, these are some things that I want you guys to expect from me. We're going to be having calls as a team, our team. We are the Pink Ladies. We are a team. And if it means only 10 of you are on here, you're my team, and I'm here to pour into you. So we will do at least one team call a month. Yeah, Brittany, I see you cheering. One team call a month. Maybe 2. We're not going to do them every week. I think that's a lot for me. It's a lot for anyone that has a family or a life. So there will be at least 1 a month, if not 2. We will be doing monthly events. So some of you people like Jenny that has a team in McDonough, and Brittany Seifert, you guys are all south. I'm planning on doing events monthly. You guys, we have 2.5 minutes left, just so you know. If this cuts out, that's what's happening. I'm going to be doing events. We're going to come.
Tiffany, I'm sorry to interrupt. Did you see what? I bet you didn't see the message I sent you, but I do know that you can get you can close the call and restart it, and you'll get the full 40 minutes again.
Okay.
That's too much trouble for everybody to get off and get back on.
Okay.
But I found that out the last time. Just
okay.
One at a time.
I don't have too much left.
Okay.
So it's okay. So events monthly, we'll figure out where the next one is, and I will post it on the team page this week. And then I'm going to be doing coaching. Some of you have already reached out to me about coaching, and I'm super excited about this. Working one-on-one with me because I'm so special and I know everything. We're going to work together, and be prepared because they talked to us about tough love. I'm going to sandwich it between love, but it's going to be tough. And this is going to be business. We won't talk about your husband. We're not going to talk about your dog. We're going to talk about business. So I challenge each of you. I have, I think, 2 or 3 spots left. I'm only opening this to 10 people at a time. Brittany Thorough, are you in? Yeah. So there's 2 spots at least left. If somebody wants it, message me, text me something, and get your name in there. So those are a few things I want you to expect from me. So of course, my goal is we end up being a diamond team. I mean, duh, who doesn't want to be a diamond? But my next individual goal is to be emerald. My 30th birthday is Halloween, and I plan on being there by October 31st. So just so you know, our team ranked up in 6 months to Ruby. That's huge. So we can totally do this. So I wrote down a bunch of things that I feel like our vision should be, and here's what I came up with. It's 3 sentences. Okay. I'm going to write it down for you guys later. You don't have to write it. We strive to refine, unite, and empower the world with our life-altering products. We aim to transform health, modify thinking, and be world changers as we exchange fear for faith, dream bigger, expand our mindset, and the mindset of everyone we meet. That's it. Okay, so we have less than 1 minute. I don't know what's left, so I'm going to unmute everybody. Does anybody want to talk? Anybody? Are you guys excited? Is that a good
Very good. Yes, I like it very much.
Okay.
Thank you for the info.
I'm glad that you were on. I appreciate you guys jumping on. I feel like maybe the more often we do this, the more we'll jump on. Y'all, we have a